we finally got the electric Ford Explorer, and here it is. But is it really a Ford? Let's take a deep dive into this car and try to explain what this Europe exclusive Explorer really is. As you can see, it's not very large, and actually it is smaller than the Volkswagen ID.4. And that's a hint to the platform this car is on. This car is built in Germany at the Ford factory in Köln, but it uses the Volkswagen MEB platform. It uses Volkswagen AP550 rear motor. It uses a Magna front wheel motor that also Volkswagen use, and they use the 79 kilowatt hour usable battery pack that we have also seen in other electric Volkswagen products. So it is essentially a Volkswagen. The infotainment system, which we will check out very soon, is also based on the Volkswagen MEB infotainment, but they have their own skin on top. So what's really different about this car? Well, let's go through it, and I'll try to explain what kind of car this is. What is the appeal of this car, and what's the range on the car? Is it better than the ID.4, for example? And I'll also show you some features that this car has. But first of all, I have to say it looks great. It has some Explorer like headlights here, and in the rear it looks like a mini Explorer. And the full-size Explorer that you have in the United States, that we have had in a plug-in hybrid version for a few years in Norway, looks like this one, but this one is significantly smaller, and it is by design. It is by design that it is even smaller than the ID.4. It's a little bit shorter than the ID.4. It is significantly larger than the ID.3, but it is in between those two cars to not compete with them. They didn't want to compete with Ford on this one because it is a joint venture or a technology share platform. Okay guys, listen to this, listen to this. So I open the hatch, great space here actually, very good space. It is shorter than the ID.4, so you will have a little bit less space, but to be honest, I don't think it really matters that much between this and the ID.4 from what I've seen. Listen to this. It sounds like an F-150, or really any other Ford, I guess. And we have the Ford logo here. It says Explorer in blackout, really cool. It is unfortunate that it isn't like a light bar behind here. They could have done it because I know that Volkswagen does it, so they could have done it with this car. Something that's very, very cool about this car, and it is maybe the first Ford with a retractable, semi-automatic retractable hitch. Leave a comment down below if any other Fords have this. You do this, and you get the tow hitch, and you press it up. It's exactly like a Volkswagen, but it's also one of the best features of the Volkswagen MEB cars that they've had this. And you can tow with this specific model 1,400 kilograms, which is right between Model 3 and Model Y. This is a smaller car than the Model Y, both in size of the car and size of amount of storage you can have in the car. So yeah, makes sense to me. And you can just get it in like that. So awesome semi-automatic retractable tow hitch. That's awesome to see that they carried over. Something else that I like that they carried over, I'll just move the camera so you can see. Is the ski opening. Look at that. So you can have 4 persons in the car and your skis at the same time. Absolutely amazing. To be honest, I think this is one of the greatest looking small SUVs that are made. It looks absolutely amazing, and for some people looks are actually really important. And do you really get any compromise choosing this one over the ID.4, for example? I don't think so. You have the new software. We don't know how updatable it'll be, but it seems to be very similar to the Volkswagen one. So I guess it can get over-the-air software updates. It is, and it's a well-priced package, at least here in Norway. And it keeps locking and unlocking as I move towards the car. What do you think about looks? Leave a comment down below. Do you think this one is a good-looking small SUV? And it drives amazing because it's on the MEB platform, which is rear wheel biased. Most of the horsepower or kilowatts are in the rear of the car, not in the front. It's just a small helper motor in the front from Magna, like I mentioned earlier. So what do you think? And it has a camera in the front because it has 360 cam, which is awesome, and radar, which is awesome. I think it looks amazing. Here is something that's different. The Volkswagen ID4, for example, or the ID7, or the ID3, or the ID Bus has a screen here. This one has a different approach. It uses the Ford Sync software thing, but I suspect that it's only, I don't suspect, I know it's only a skin on top of the Volkswagen software. Anyways, you can adjust the screen. Wow! And you have a secret compartment under here. I don't know how useful this is. I don't know if this is the best layout for a screen, but actually from my use case, I don't mind it being like this. And I think this one is kind of cool, and I like it. I like that it's manual. Electric movable screens are so slow, so this works. The maximum charging speed of this car is 185 kilowatts. That doesn't sound super impressive, but it doesn't sound terrible either. The thing is that these MEB cars actually have a pretty good curve, and they are perfectly compatible with the 400 volt Tesla chargers, so they charge well on Tesla superchargers because they use a 400 volt architecture. So 185, it will actually hold it for a good while, and with the preconditioning that's in the route planner and the good route planner, I think this will be a pretty great road tripper actually. But I can already now tell you that the charging speed on this car probably won't be a problem for most people. 185, and it should hold it for very far into the pack. And I actually think it has a better charging curve than the Teslas that are sold in Europe with the LG battery. Thank you so much for watching another Roaming Norway YouTube video. This one was shorter than we usually do it here on the channel, and the reason is that I have a 1 hour plus long review over on out of spec reviews, my first out of spec reviews video, so please check that out if you're interested in all the details on this car. On my Norwegian channel, I also have a lengthy Norwegian review if you're interested in that. That's why we have a shorter, little bit different review here on the Roaming Norway channel. And it's just to differentiate everything. So we have a short overview, we have a long in-depth English review, and we have a long in-depth Norwegian review. So everything for you guys, everything is linked down below. Thank you so much for watching, and please leave any comments on the car and I'll try to respond. Thank you.